Welcome to Reconcilor 9 and specifically the grade block module. So this module was designed to be able to really look at the difference between your haulage on a dig block compared to, say, your survey on a dig block, and keeping in mind that you had a design tons to start with, and how does the survey and the haulage compare, and are either of those over depleting or under depleting the dig block. I say dig block, grade block, polygon, whatever you want to call that, and that is configurable in the menu there. So we've landed on the grade block list screen, and we can see that I've actually chosen a period where mining has commenced for this February to March period, and I've got a custom filter on where material type equals high grade, and that's just to keep a smaller subset on here. What are we looking at? We've got a list of my grade blocks, so the high grade blocks that were mined in this period. I've got a blast ID. I could have opened that up. I could have shown you a bench or area, whatever I wanted to look at. Material type, again, I've chosen to turn lithology type off, but it is available. We have the design tons, so that grade block, design tons, what are you starting with? And then what are you mining? So according to haulage, we've mined, say, 34,000 tonnes out of that 44,000 tonne block. According to survey, we've mined 42,000. And then we start to look at some calculations on those numbers. And here we've got remaining wet tonnes. So survey has said there's 2,000 tonnes remaining, but according to haulage, there's 10,000 tonnes remaining. And if I look at a combined number, for this particular block, there's been no mining outside of the survey period. So the remaining wet tonnes combined is actually that survey number. So the red highlights are to show you very easily what blocks have been over depleted. So there's no point in having a block here that had a design tons of 150,000 tons and then haulage has hauled 173,000 tons. Really quickly, I can see that there's it's over depleted, and perhaps I've actually got the wrong source ID on some of these mining movements. And so, and there's different scenarios for that. But I think if you know your data, you usually know what blocks are being mined. But a very quick look down to see if any blocks have been over depleted. Now let's say we want to go in and actually have a look at a block in a little bit more detail. I've just clicked through to a specific block, and it's taking me through to this view grade block list, and I can come directly to here if I'm interested in just looking at one block. The numbers that you see here are exactly what you saw on that first screen, that list page. A little bit of detail around the block. If I open the model comparison section, I can see that this block, this grade block, dig block, polygon, again, whatever you want to call it, exists in the survey measured XPIT model, the mining model, and the modified grade control model. And then we can start to see the percentage of the block that is in each of those models, the relative tons and the associated grades with that, and they will be all of the grades that we show in this list. The next section is the mining activity section, and what we're looking at here is just a really simple visual chart, and the orange line here is your survey and the haulage is your blue line. Okay, if I open this up and let's just say here, say no grouping on the haulage, what will happen is that this table will replicate what you're starting to see in the chart. So I can see that I've actually had some mining movements happen on almost like a daily basis over this period, and it's left me with an end result of 10,000 tonnes remaining in the block, as opposed to survey telling me there's 2,800 tonnes remaining in the block. And we can see the numbers are supported down below. We can see here, if we go down, we can see we've got 10,000 tonnes remaining. Now I have been, because I've said no grouping, I'm given every single truck movement. So I've got a truck ID associated, I've got the tonnes that were hauled and the destination where that material has come from. So very quick to see if you've had material go to the wrong destination on a block, and very quick to see if something's been over depleted. If it has been over depleted, you will see these charts and these lines start to fall below 0 tonnes, and usually requires a little bit of action, whether that be fixing up some haulage records or actually addressing the fact that you've over depleted blocks. So maybe the floor level is not correct, or you've mined into a berm, whatever it might be in your particular situation. But hopefully that gives you a little bit more clarity and uh, some tools to use around really honing in on that one particular dig block, where you can then compare that haulage movement against your survey values. Thanks for your time.